Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and today we are once again going to be taking on the Spiral Blitz. Now, it hasn't changed since the 4.7 version, that's going to be in a month, but what has since happened was the Neuvillette nerf and then the Neuvillette fix. So, yeah, that happened. That was definitely eventful. I'm sure we'll talk about that a bit during the run. But when it comes to the teams we're going to be using, first of all, we're going to be using the most F2P friendly Neuvillette team that you can basically use. This team is insanely powerful, especially against single target. And maybe that's kind of the focus for this video, and then I'm sure we're going to be talking about the Neuvillette nerf and fix and all that transpired along the way. But yeah, with that being said, let's just get started. Alright then, well, we can start off with a nice plus 20 ER, which will be quite useful just to ensure clearer rotations. Now we are just going to go for an EQE on our xingqiu and then pop our skill here, burst, quickly switch into kuki shinobu. Luckily, I am back from holiday, so now I can actually do that tech because I'm not on over 100 ping anymore. Although I won't be doing it if we're at risk of being interrupted, but luckily we are able to kill these guys. Okay, there we go. Yep, we're able to get them down. And now we can start off another rotation on this big guy, luckily. Unfortunately, we didn't proc our sack there, but it's fine. And then this guy should die relatively quickly. As I said, this team does quite a fair bit of single target damage. And we can even get a triple... Oh, never mind, we don't get a triple mirrors there. That's slightly unlucky. Now, the one thing is, this team is a bit more single target oriented. Alhaitham teams and Hyperbloom in general tend to be a bit more single target. So a multi-wave like this can be a bit of a struggle, but as long as you can group up your enemies relatively well, as we have here, since they're both taking the damage from the mirrors, although I did fail slightly here, I should have focused a little bit more on this guy on the left. But they will roughly die at the same time. Okay, there we go. And now we can once again just start up a rotation on these guys. Now, hopefully they kind of group up next to each other. That would be quite useful. Like I said, I'm not going to do the quick switch tech. I am just going to take a little bit of downtime because I don't want to get interrupted and restart all over again. Now, unfortunately, the Scorpion hasn't got... Ah, that's annoying. The Scorpion's on like a sliver of HP. Although, actually, this does group them up quite nicely, which is, on the other hand, useful. Although we are running a bit short on energy, which isn't nice. Okay, do this and then kill her off with the ult. Hopefully that doesn't kill her. Are you kidding me? Okay, that should not have taken as long as it did. We should have been able to clear that quicker. But luck, all we need is just a cracked out Neuvillette run. Okay, so Neuvillette, E, furina, E, kazuha, ult. And there we go. Ult here and then EQ on baizhu. This is a very min-maxed rotation, as you can tell by the 55k ticks. And then it would have been nice if we could get a swell on these guys, but that will come later. And now honestly, I'm just gonna pray for the best, and because our cooldowns will be a little bit wonky here, just because I kind of want to avoid some of their bigger hits. And what's more important here than the damage is just the Hydra application, so we don't actually need to do any perfect rotations. And there we go, we were basically able to iframe everything. Okay, I'm gonna ignore the fact that I was levitating right there. And we dodged ahead as well. Although, actually, I think the baizhu shield helped us out there. So, you know, baizhu shield can be quite useful. And then I will be able to drop a skill here and then just be on my merry way. Okay, lovely. We do have Hydra on these guys, so we will be able to swell it. Okay, unfortunately, we don't have Kazuha's ult here, but we should be fine enough away. We can ult here, and then we can front load a bit of damage with our ult and our skill. And these guys should go down. Yep, they will. Okay, there we go. See, all we needed was just a little bit of pragmatism on our Neuvillette. And if I'm being honest, that's probably going to end up being the hardest chamber. You know, it did take me a few attempts, but we got there in the end. Not too bad, just as long as you don't get knocked back too badly on Alhaitham, or you just don't mess up too badly on your Neuvillette. So yeah, there you go. All you gotta do, and on to the next chamber. Alright, and here we are in Chamber 2. Now, we can give ourselves an attack buff, which will be slightly useful for our Alhaitham. Actually, maybe we should have gone for the HP buff for our Neuvillette. That would have probably been a bit more useful. Although I am mostly just thinking about our Alhaitham. Anyway, here I am just trying to waste a little bit of time before going into an E-plunge on our Alhaitham so we can quickly get 3 stacks. I mean, the first third of this guy's HP bar actually isn't that important. It's the one which comes afterwards. And hopefully we can dodge. Never mind, we can't dodge. Whoopsies. But it's fine because we will be able to get our ult from this anyway. Okay, I'm going to have to xingqiu E there. I am glad that sack did proc. Now, the good thing is this team is not bound by circle impact or whatsoever. We can just do basically whatever we want. And because we have the interruption resistance from xingqiu and healing from both yaoyao and kuki, we can basically just face tank everything. That is the nice thing about this team. Okay, and okay, that's not very nice. Okay, unfortunately, we're not gonna have a couple of triple mirrors here as I would have normally wanted, but we'll be fine either way. Just gonna ult here so we can avoid taking damage, and we can just sort of get a little bit of energy for ourselves and just plunge, and he is dead. Okay, there we go. I didn't check the time. We'll see in a second how long did that take us. Let's see. Okay, it took us 65 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest, I forgot these guys spawned in here. Did slightly botch my rotation, but you know what, it's fine, we didn't have our baizhu ult up anyway. And we should be able to take these guys out with a second E. Ow, okay, never mind. This is not optimal play, but you know what, who cares? I'm just gonna go for the ult here to front load a little bit of damage, and these guys will just die at the same time. This chamber's pretty easy for Neuvillette, if we're being completely honest. Okay, that's very annoying of you. Although we should be able... Oh, never mind, I botched my rotation again. Whoops. Although it shouldn't make that much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. Just please don't knock me back. Thank you. And now we can use our second skill here. Get a swell off on these guys so we can do a bit bigger damage. And we're hitting for 37k. Okay, very nice. And okie doke, what do we want to do here? Honestly, I am just spamming buttons because all of a sudden my cooldowns are all over the place and my brain is not functioning properly. So don't take this as a Neuvillette guide whatsoever. All I'm saying is I'm glad he got fixed because I saw the camera angle before it happened and it was horrible. I sometimes do like using the spin tech, so I mean, it would be a bit sad if that went, but honestly the horrible thing was just how Neuvillette's gameplay looked, and normally it was comically slow. Yeah, I am incredibly glad they fixed that. I actually didn't even update my game until after the fix because I was traveling, so yeah, but like I said, glad they fixed it, and it helped us clear this chamber incredibly, or rather much quicker. So yeah, with that being said, let's just move on to the final chamber. Alright then, here we are in the final chamber, and we got ourselves another attack buff. Once again, could have been something a bit more useful, but you know what, it is fine. Now we are just going to set up our rotation whilst this guy is doing his thing. And okay, let's get started now. I'm going to be completely honest, okay, I know this boss's mechanics, I just don't remember why I have to hit with Dendro and what I have to hit with Electro. I also forget where this guy TP. Oh, he's right ahead of us. It doesn't matter, he'll come back here anyway. And there we go. Okay, now unfortunately we're going to have to spend time setting up again, which isn't ideal, but you know what, it'll be fine in the grand scheme of things. Okay, let's see, with 30k hits on our mirrors there, I will take 32k's on our hyper booms. As you can see, his HP is getting absolutely melted right now. Like I said, this team is very strong in single target, and if I remember well, I think this boss has like 2.4 million HP, if I remember well. Something like that, something absurd. He has a lot of HP, so a team with 3 4-stars doing this is quite something. And okay, we definitely could have one-cycled him there. It is unfortunate the way things went, but we'll be able to take him down here in about 70 seconds. So yeah, Asamon went down very easily with our F2P ALHAITHAM team. ALHAITHAM, this is why ALHAITHAM is a top DPS. And I'll probably say one of the more F2P friendly ones as well. But yeah, anyway, I was gonna say I just need to not get knocked back by these guys. I actually rather the fact that we get knocked back there instead of at any point during our actual rotation. And now is when these annoying guys spawn in, although honestly they just won't be too bad as long as we don't get knocked back too much. We'll be abusing iframes a little bit as you normally would. I did forget to use my furina E there, that is on me. Actually, I think it was on cooldown. We absolutely whiffed our kazuha ult there, and we also had no bolts on our field. So, okay, that's annoying. Once again, not optimal play, but with how quick we managed to clear the... I'm just going to take these guys out real quick. With how easy we managed to clear the first bit, we do have quite a bit of leeway, which is the nice part. Now, since he's going to do that big attack, okay, never mind, I was meant to iframe it, but its animation is way longer than it should be in any world. Okay, now the good thing is we're going to be able to do quite good damage to the crabs with our leftover balls here. Okay, I did not manage to dodge it in time, that's unfortunate, but you know what, it's not too bad. And we can just go for a big suck here on our kazuha and an ult for some extra damage on the crabs. And with this ult, it should be only the Consecrated Beast left. Yep, and with hitting 43k's on him. 44k's, in fact. Dodge that. Okay, damage probably went down. I think Swell disappeared, but you know what? We're going to be able to clear this anyway, and he didn't even get off his final attack. So there you go. That is the 4.7 Spiral Abyss cleared with ALHAITHAM and Neuvillette. As you can see, both teams did very well. One of them very much an F2P team, and probably I'd say the focus of this video, because we have done a few Neuvillette runs, but it is also nice to talk about the Neuvillette nerf and the very comical fix. So yeah, let me know what you guys actually think about that situation and teams in today's video down in the comments. And with that being said, let us move on to the character builds. Well then, as you can see, both of these teams are very good when it comes to taking out the Spiral Abyss. Now when it comes to our character builds, let's just start off with our Neuvillette. He's on 42 to 29, but this will go up to about 78 with March to say. He doesn't have any ER, but just the way we play our rotations, as well as Prototype Amber, means we don't really need any. And then this is just how his artifacts are looking. And then obviously he is C0. And does not have his weapon, 1067 talents as well. 1092 on Furina, once again no constellations, just on Golden Troop. And on Fav for more energy for our team, and then on a 64-183 ratio with over 200 ER. When it comes to our Kazuha, 172 ER, bit of courage so that he can proc his Fav. And then C0 on Viridescent, as you would expect, just fully on EM. And he has 812 of that. Now when it comes to our Baizhu, nearly 50k HP. On 226 ER with 29 correct, so that we can proc his Fav. And then he's on 2-piece HP and 2-piece ER just to make sure we can get his ult up as much as we can. And he is C0 with 199 talents. Now when it comes to our ALHAITHAM, I'll be honest, he's not the best. 65 crit to 111 crit damage plus 130 ER, just so we can guarantee we get his ult. On the umbrella weapon, on a 2-piece EM, along with another 2-piece EM. And once again, C0, but triple crowned. When it comes to our xingqiu, 268 talents, 63, 135 crit ratio, 203 ER. As you could tell in the video, he is on a sack sword, R5, which is very nice. On emblem, and he is only C2. Unfortunately, C6 will be nice, but you know what? He gets the job done either way. Yaoyao is C6. I mean, her stats aren't entirely important. We only use her for a skill for battery. And also she is on the Deepwood Memories to shred Danger Res to increase both our ALHAITHAM and our Hyper Bloom damage. And then when it comes to our Kuki, somewhere over, there we go. C4, so we have the C1 and C2 constellations, which are nice. 906 EM, that's really all that matters. And on Gilded, and 141 talents, but her talents don't really matter. But yeah, as you can see, those are our character builds. Pretty decent, but with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!